I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You bet.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome in to Pregaming here at Sports Money. I'm your boy, Mikey Money. I'm ready to share this card with you guys this evening and see if we can find ourselves to victory lane. We've got quite a nice card, all things considered. Boy, we've got action all day. One day off of a couple of days off, and I was sitting there at 2:30 watching sports thinking, man, I could really use a drink. But I didn't. I held out. I will be firing away right after this show because we have a huge card. We have a 15-game NHL slate. We've got the NBA Cup with about a 10-pack over there. We've got college basketball. We've got games to cap for afternoon action tomorrow in the NFL. 3 games in the NFL tomorrow. And we have been, that's where we've been doing it nice. That's where it's been going right for us. That's not to say that it hasn't been going right for us this afternoon. We fired away. Came out early this afternoon with 3 straight college basketball winners. First game popped off at 11 a.m. I've been giving you guys winners since 11 a.m. this morning. That's right. Silver and gold members here on the Sports Money channel. You guys got that info over at the post tab. And of course, winnable. Now, sadly, South Florida got busted up. And that busted up look, I'm just like you guys, man. I used my King of the Court last night. It was a $25 token, whatever. I threw a 4-legger together in college hoops. 5-legger, I'm sorry. And South Florida got busted up. So would have been a nice $500 return, but it was a free bet. So we cashed the King of the Court again last night, by the way. I don't know if I feel really good about it. It's the same guys doing it over and over. I guess the only benefit there is that we're on it and we're not watching it. I guess that's probably a plus behind it. Also, other pluses. I think the Celtics are going to smack them Pistons in the mouth today. You may be looking at that and saying, you're nuts, dude. This Pistons team is 15-2. They're 7-1 on the road. Look, teams that have won 13 or more games lose. And they do it in this spot tonight. So if you haven't done so already, it was sitting at plus 6.5 a few minutes ago. Wow. In the first quarter. Let's see what that game looks like right now. Let's take a peek. Let's get our peepers on this thing. I'm still okay with 3.5. Matter of fact, let's make it an official live bet. 4.5 right now. 4.5 right now. DraftKings plus 4.5 minus 110 Boston Celtics. They probably win the game outright. There you go. Kick the show off. We went 1-1 with the live bets that I gave out last night. I mean, look, 1-1's not going to pay the bills, but it's going to keep us in the fight. And that's what matters the most, is that we live to fight another day, just waiting for the big bomb to drop in our favor. And maybe it is tonight, because we've got 3 NHL games. We've got action in the Blues Devils. We've got action in the Canucks and Ducks. A rare play that I don't make very often. And I just looked at it this morning and I said, how could I not? How could I not? And then we'll go Stars and Kraken to finish her off. I got an official play and a look for you guys in that game. And it's the end of the night, so we'll see how the night transpires. It may be a double dipper. Who knows? Then we're going to move over to college hoops. We got Wichita and St. Mary's. I got a big trend for you guys on that. Then we'll look at Indiana State and La Tech. I got a big situational spot for you in that. 2 looks in that game, 1 official play. I've got the Zags and the Wolverines and what I think is the best play of the board this evening. And then we will roll into the NBA Cup. Situational spot. We got some playoff teams from last year playing each other. 2 games, 2 separate spots. I'm going to share those with you guys to check those out. The Bucks and the Heat will complete the card for us. Ramon says he's at the Arby's drive-thru right now because of yesterday's show. yeah, just get the beef and roll, you know? Don't get the turkey sandwich. Although I did one time make a fantastic turkey panini post Thanksgiving. Had like a fucking 30-pound turkey, excess turkey, literally coming out of my ears. And put a little stuffing and some cranberry sauce on that thing and slapped her in the old panini press. It was okay. I prefer just to roll with the well, there's a couple ways I guess I would roll. But don't get it at Arby's. It's not an endorsement for the turkey club. It looks better than it is. I was disappointed. I walked away from that experience twice now. 2 times back from Canada, 2 times at that fucking Arby's, and 2 times disappointed. Got the brisket one in the summertime because of Ramon. Because of Ramon talking about that on the live show. And I was like, oh man, I was trying to get my barbecue on for a minute. And I fucked up and got the brisket sandwich there. Gonna make a turkey tomorrow. Gonna put it on the rotisserie. What do you guys think about that? Is that blasphemy? I mean, there's all kinds of ways to get them, right? First of all, you have to decide, is it ham or turkey? I like both. But I've scaled back my partying woes and just want to relax and watch football these days. So it's a little too much food. But the question, I guess, is do you bake it, roast it? Do you deep fry it? Do you smoke it, put it on the smoker? Or do you rotisserie it? All the ways I've made turkey, I've never put it on the rotisserie. I've made chickens on the rotisserie before, but and it looks like it's reasonably nice weather tomorrow, so we shouldn't be dealing with too much cold. So that's the way I'm going to go after it. Let me see in the chat how you guys are going to enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner. All right, so, excuse me. I was ready to pop the top on a cocktail 4 hours ago. So I'm not shaking. I'm not really shaking. It's just me shaking. Let's go, DraftKings. Let me get this bet in. The fuck? Let me take this opportunity. Well, fuck you, DraftKings. Fuck you. See what happens. This is real-time betting. Fuck. All right. Let's make some money. How about that? We got to bounce back. Now, here's the difference, right? This is why I stay consistent with the unit count. Because, yeah, we shit the bed last night. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just going to own it. Portland State won. The over in the Iowa game cashed. That was a tight one, but it cashed. Everything else shit the bed. Houston under. And then I was going to bet Houston today, and I didn't. Thank God I didn't, because then they were blowing them out, and I was pissed. Oh, shit. You know what? I realized. I think I'll have some time. Anyhow, Omaha, +2. Omaha! Fuck you, Omaha. What else? FAU. Lost that one by 9. And the lone spot in the hockey card, 8-3. What are you going to do? NBA Clippers lost, and the team total over didn't cash. It's a tricky card yesterday. So we bounced back today, though. We fired off three straight winners before taking an L in the college basketball afternoon. And easy, well, it wasn't easy under in hindsight. In the Bowling Green game, 149.5. UC San Diego, shout out to the Ramon Scotts. -125 was an easy winner. -14 on that one. And then the under, 139.5 in the Brown game. That thing barely made 100. So we cashed some big margin spots out there today. And okay, I have a couple on the card tonight, but I still have 2 more I want to get involved with. Anyways, then USF loses. They lose by 12. They're down 2 at halftime. They got thumped in the second half. What are you going to do? Can't undo it. So, all the reason to be involved with Winnable. You guys don't want to miss it. This is a great example of why. Because we have action all day tomorrow. We have action on Friday. Exciting news announcement for Friday. We have action on Saturday. No show live on Saturday. No UFC, no live show on Saturday. And then Sunday, we'll be live with my man, the Shark, at 11 a.m., giving you guys NFL breakdown. And then we'll be circling back for Sunday Night Football. So how many plays do you want? How many plays of mine do you want? As I'm enjoying watching a turkey spin around on a spit, well, it becomes golden delicious. And you don't want to miss it. And I'll tell you what, I'm running a special, a new special. It's a quarterly special. You buy 2 months, you get one free. You get 90 days of action from me. Breaks down to about 75 cents a day. You use promo code TURKEY. You hit the quarterly package. It'll net you $70, giving you a little over 30% off of the package. So, you guys looking for some extra plays? You're looking for some way to support. This is a great weekend to say, fuck it, I'll get involved and see if he can really give me the goods. All you got to do is go over to Winnable. The best part is when you're sitting there listening to your in-laws bitch and complain about how it's getting cold, you'll see a message coming on your phone. It'll be from me. It'll be giving you gold plays to make out there. So you have something to do to root for while you're catching that buzz, enjoying the holidays with the family. Check out Winnable if you haven't done so already. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
I can guarantee I will have at least 30 plays put out on Winnable in the next 4 days. I got 5 of them already for tomorrow in the NFL. Already. It's less than $1 a day. You can go out there and just get the week pass. Check it out for 5 days. See if we make enough money to pay for the rest of it. I've given you guys plenty of free plays already to go out there and pay for these packages. So get it done. Let's go. Let's have some fun as we enjoy the holiday weekend. Shout out to everybody that's here in the chat joining us this evening. Yeah, we were off a little bit of a rhythm schedule this week. Listen, got a friend, calls, needs a hand. Happy to pay it forward. That's the kind of guy I am. My boy. Gonna have to take a couple days off. Try to pick the right spot. Kind of a little spot in the window of Sports Card. Came back, fired off a live show here at 6 p.m. last night. Got one here tonight. Tomorrow, Thursday, you know the man, the myth, the legend, Ramon Scott will give you the 9 a.m. morning steam. Kick off the Thanksgiving Thursday with my man, Ramon Scott. Friday, I won't be doing a show tomorrow. No show for me at 6 p.m. Friday, 9 a.m. Guess what? The morning steam with Ramon Scott. And looks like there's an Amazon game, the Black Friday special. And it looks like it starts at 3 p.m. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying, though. I said it. I didn't say it, but I said it. It starts at 3 p.m. It happens to be the best team in the NFL playing the Chicago Bears. So you're not going to want to do too much Black Friday shopping out there if you haven't already gotten yourself set up on Amazon. Probably now's a really fine time to do that. So anyhow, you guys, let's get the plays in the chat. Let's get through this card this evening. I'm ready to go. Gosh, you know what happens when they got all these live games going on? I just start looking at them and thinking, man, where did I bet? What should I bet? This is like, I'm autistic. There's some spots I want to attack Colorado State. I'm telling you that right now. They're down 4. I expected them to be down 4. Let's see where they're at halftime. They got about 5 minutes left in the first half. I want to attack the Northern Colorado over spot, but I just got real gun shy because I don't want to have to depend on the Air Force Falcons. And if you followed the parlay, you already know I've got a spot coming up at 7 that we're not even going to talk about here on the show. How about that, you guys? Let's get them out there. Let's see what you guys are on. I want to shout you guys out. I want to shout out the plays you're on. I want to shout out the way you enjoy your turkey and or your favorite side dish. It's time to start thinking sides. I'll tell you what. I saw something from DraftKings. They posted it out there on Twatter the other day, and they said the number one side dish in odds. They benchmarked them in odds. I should see if I can find it. Mac and cheese. No, I'll tell you. I made mac and cheese. Wasn't a popular item. Not that it wasn't a good item. I think I make probably a spectacular mac and cheese. But I tell you, if it wasn't good, like I don't make a good brisket. I'll tell you that right now. I don't make a good, I don't know why. I don't make it enough and it's super expensive. So I guess that's probably the reason. But mac and cheese, fuck it. I mean, we're talking getting in there with the multiple cheeses, laying it down the line, and they got the biggest odds. It was like minus 150. And then they spread them out. I think number 2 was like mashed potatoes and gravy. I think number 3 was like stuffing. Curious what you guys think about that. Is a mac and cheese on the table? Is a green bean casserole on the table? That's another one I like. Stuffing. And if you have stuffing, I don't care, stuffing or dressing. I know the difference. I don't care. Does it have sausage in it or not is the question. So many questions, so many choices that have to be made. It's such an important holiday. It's my favorite one. Not to fuck around with all the gift giving and all the fucking parties and everything else and all the other stuff that goes into Christmas. You just get to hang out, watch football all day, feast. You feast early, you feast late. And then you kind of got an all weekend off to chill out, hang out, bet on sports at a great time of year where there's still meaningful games. So this one takes the cake for me, but let's go, you guys. Shout out to Stop Geo Engineering. Just good luck tonight, fellow scumbags. Stop Geo says FanDuel NBA happy hour, 6 to 7:30. You know what's funny? When I was driving home the other day, not listening, I'm sitting here fucking jamming out to Dave Matthews. I'm sitting here listening to fucking sports, right? And I heard some fucking bozo come on and he's talking about, I mean, we've talked about it all before, right? When they're offering you a player prop, like you don't take them because they lose, right? They're trying to balance their book. That's why they're doing them. But this dum-dum started talking about how fucking DraftKings, oh, look, it's a mystery boost. They won't even tell you until you click it. And that is when I knew that dude's not gambling. He's fleecing everybody. It's a mystery boost, meaning they don't tell you how much they're going to give you. It's like when you go to the fucking grocery store and you spin the wheel and you get either 5% off your order, 10% off your order, 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever. It's not like they're deciding whether or not they're going to give you Luca or fucking Spider. I mean, come on. That was just a fucking bad moment. I tell you what, stop listening. No more. No more for me. I thumbs down it. I'm done with that show. No more for me. No more. I can't stand it in the first place. And then I was driving home and it popped on. And I was like, all right, I'll listen. I've been in the woods for 2 days. I haven't heard shit. And then I heard this fucking, and I just thought, dude, like if you were a magician, you just showed everyone your tricks. You just showed all your illusion. You're not doing this for real. Are you serious? I couldn't fucking believe it. Anyhow, Stop Gio. You got me started by talking about it. But look, he says 2, 5, 30% profit boost tokens. That's right. That's because Stop Gio's a real gambler. Nicholas Handy. Derek B's in the house. Peter Grassi says, sup, Mikey? Happy Thanksgiving. Texas, what are you doing here? Where else would I be? Blake M says, good evening, crew. Parma Jake checking in with us. There's Jay Peasy. Jake Peasy in the house. There's Ramon. Peter Grassi says, Celtics live plus 5.5 on DraftKings now. Bo Jackson, Ramon Scott Media going for some curly fries and a beef and cheddar. I take the beef with just the fucking horsey sauce, excess horsey sauce. Their horsey sauce needs a little more zip. Bo Jackson says, I heard the beef nuggets are good. Those beef tips or whatever they're called. I don't know about that. Nicholas Henry says, Jamocha, talking about the shake maybe. Peter Grassi says, cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes are the best side dishes. I might be a little bit more open-minded about cranberry sauce this year. We'll see. Sports Riz is here. It's time to make the money. Peter Grassi says Eagles and Bears at 3. Jalen Hurts. Eagles going to repeat. Love it. Vincent Contreras likes the Spurs money line. Dave says, let's go money. Mike AOD says Detroit basketball. And says Nasty Nate Celtics second quarter spread. Cash it. Nicholas Henry says, fuck yeah, mac and cheese. See, I like it. I like it too. JPC says mac and cheese. Let's go. All right. It's not just me. AOD says Sports Money Network hoodies for Christmas. M the Great says happy Thanksgiving to all. JP says cranberry sauce got to be from the can with the ridges. F that homemade. Yeah, I usually see that dropped out can and then sliced. I don't know. It just seems like you got to go all out for Thanksgiving. Like you can't just get like the stovetop stuffing, right? You got to make that shit ahead of time. Peter Grassi says, actually, think Goodell probably not sleeping at night worrying about Hurts going to repeat and Mahomes not going to do it anymore. Bill Siegfried says, sup, Lucas Superman, drop the mic. What's up, peeps? What's up, Bill? Horseradish, he says. Dave says, eating chicken tamales with a Dr. Pepper while the picks cash. Nice, dude. Gooey McDougal says, these books are about to be mashed potatoes because I'm signing up for the quarterly package to flip some winners into straight coin. Let's go, you guys. Use promo code TURKEY, TURKEY. You pick the quarterly package. You use promo code TURKEY. And let's make some money these next 90 days. You get all sports. Shout out to Ramon Scott. Says Dylan ceased to sign with the Jays. Hey, that's an upper. $30 fucking million a year to pitch once every 5 days. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kyler Murray, is he going to go? Is he going to go into the end in the Major League Baseball? I don't know. I saw Brandon Cooks. I meant to mention this yesterday, and so I'm a little behind in my breaking news. But goddamn, I mean, just for a minute, not to talk about the, World Series MVP prognostication, not talking about a year early that the Bears are going to end up winning the NFC North. Let's put all that stuff aside. Two things going on. One, for the first time today, I heard somebody else say Connor McDavid's out of Edmonton after this next 2-year deal. And I said years ago, and everybody fucking laughed. I said, is he going to win a Stanley Cup in Edmonton or anywhere else? And everyone was like, of course it's going to be Edmonton. Also, wow, listen, the list goes on. The list goes on and on. Let's see if we can't let's get our guy, Jonathan Taylor, to be the NFL MVP. There was another one I wanted. Oh, anyhow, yeah, I digress. Talking about the Bills and Brandon Cooks. If you guys recall, at the trade deadline, I added the Buffalo Bills. I put 5 dudes on the list. One of them got traded within 5 minutes. Another one got traded an hour after that. Third guy on the list was Brandon Cooks. I don't know. Just dialed in. When you're dialed in, you're dialed in. You know what I'm saying? Not sure I've ever really had a tamale. That might sound blasphemy to you West Coast fellas here, but if you put it in a soft shell or a hard shell, throw a little meat and cheese on there with some lettuce, I'll slam that down good. But I'm not sure. Tamales. Is that even, I don't know. I'll have to look and see. All right, you guys, let's go. Let's get into this action. We already got a live bet. Out there. Let's see how it's doing. I like being able to start the show with some live bets. All right. It's down to plus 3.5. Okay. I'm okay. You okay? Everyone okay? You know who's not okay? The St. Louis Blues, 7-10-6. These POSs are going to start this runoff. And the New Jersey Devils are quietly one of the best teams at home. Of course, we know the Hughes situation doesn't really matter. As we look at this spot here, it's Jordan Binnington and Jacob Markstrom that will tote the twine. And both goalies are struggling right now. 3.13 on the Binnington side, 3.74 on the Markstrom side. So I can expect that with Jack Hughes going out, there's some turmoil. There's a little trepidation on that New Jersey side of things, but they're back home. They got Thanksgiving tomorrow. They got this Red Wings. They just beat them up 4-3. It was a huge game from Markstrom. Found his way back to form with a 91.4% save percentage. The St. Louis Blues, they either win or they lose. But when they lose in overtime. So I can't go with the regulation. I told you guys this last week. My public service announcement for betting the NHL was you got to start playing -1s. If you think it's too cumbersome to figure out what the -1 looks like, then just don't play it because 30+% of the games are going into overtime. So you're losing regulations. If you take it down to get the juice down and you increase your likelihood of losing, you're fucked. You're losing the NHL that way. So we have to look for dogs. We have to look for some moderately priced favorites, right? That's kind of the name of the game here. And I think we have an opportunity where you look at this one and you say, they're not scoring. Now, I like the under. Right off the gate, my initial glance of this game was under. Devils aren't scoring. Blues aren't scoring. The Devils team have scored 3 or less in 4 of 5. That's not exactly a winning formula. But I do believe there is enough opportunity. And then we look at some trends, and they are our friends. When you have a favorite in a shit stretch of hockey, both teams have a day's rest, opponent winning more than 50% of the time, that favorite's a favorite for a reason. They win 196. They lost 114 times in those spots. Almost 2-1. Almost 66%. If you're losing, you're playing a team in the same conference, you're 362 and 223 if you're sitting there at home. So there's a lot of good things going on for these spots here when it comes to the New Jersey Devils. And I think this is why we just have to say, fuck it and fire on the New Jersey Devils here. Minus 135. Keep your eye. I say it all the time with the UFC. There's no need to pick an exact finish when the favorite that should beat the guy up is sitting at minus 140. We don't need to know if he KOs in round 3 or it goes to decision. Keep your paths to victory open. And you're doing the same thing here by just saying, win the fucking game, New Jersey. You're at home. It's the day before Turkey Day. Neither team's going to score a bunch of goals, and I really like the under in this game. So that's the way I want to get paid to kick this thing off. Bill says, what a pickup for Toronto. Says, don't be surprised. Those Las Vegas Golden Knights steal the cup. Tell them, Ramon. These guys are crazy in the desert. Las Vegas doesn't lose at home. Bill, you got to take a look at the goaltending. Maybe those goaltenders will be back and they'll be healthy, but them goalies be busted up, man. They got a Keith Schmidt. Jonathan Keith says, great to see you, Mike. Get this money. What up, Keith? It's good to see you, my guy. All right, you guys, here's a play that I don't make very often. I don't usually do this. Oh, I'm the special one. The Vancouver Canucks, the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim Ducks, 14-7-1. Beating teams up, beating them up at home. I know there's a bunch of games in between here. Look, some of that stuff's got to go over to them fellas that do chime in and support the cause at Winnable. But I think this is a really great spot for 2 reasons. One, I liked it before. There's a goaltending change. Dostal will be out for Anaheim. He was supposed to be the guy, and he's out. They're going to Peter Mrazek. I still don't care. Long-term, maybe it's going to be an issue. They're at home the day before a day off for Thanksgiving. I know I keep saying that, and why does that matter? Because they don't have to travel, and they don't have to worry about the family and all the other shit that's going on. Or if they're just going to stay on the road and have another game on Friday. The Ducks are the number 1 team in the Pacific Division. I can't believe it. Gordon Bombay himself can't fucking believe it. And the Vancouver Canucks have lost 3 straight games. Now, the issue that Vancouver's got, this is that time of year, goaltenders. And this is where this is going to start to separate these teams because it's going to start wearing the tread off the tires. They're going to have no choice but to continue to go back to some of these guys or throw the full-out Hail Mary and call up Nikita Talopolo. Who? Yeah, I had to look myself. Gonna get his first start this year. He went 1-1 last year. Had a 2.15 goals against average. Don't fall for that, though. There was that stretch of hockey where the Vancouver Canucks were the number 1 team and the Edmonton Oilers were shit in the bed. So you got to dig a little deeper. He was injured before getting injured. And they got goalies all over the injury list. So this one could get really ugly really fast. And there's really nobody else to stick back in there because Kevin Lankinen's hurt. Thatcher Demko's fucking hurt. So you're bringing in old Mother Hubbard and Talopolos in the cover. Ducks are 8-2 at home this season. Also, we got some rest advantages and disadvantages that we have to look at for this process. 58-57 at halftime, by the way, in that game. Keep that in mind. Keep me in mind. All right, so as I'm looking at this one, I started looking at the Canucks side of things. 6-5-1 on the road. I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of way to jazz it up. These guys fucking suck. They're 1-6 in their last 7 games. They're just going to miraculously find a way not to suck today when they're in backup goaltender land. I don't see it. Question is, recognizing what I shared with y'all about fucking yourselves by taking regulations versus -1s, I thought you have 2 options. Option one, take the Ducks -1. Not mad at anybody that wants to do that. With the thought process being, you're supposed to play a lot of one run. I got baseball on the mind now. 4 straight 1-goal games for the Anaheim Ducks. They lost 3 before that. They're just sitting at 3-4 in their last 7. So do you want to trust this team that kind of started out on fire? And so, reluctantly crouched at the starting line, standing patiently in line here. I got the Anaheim first period puck line. That's right. First period puck line, -0.5, +142. This is the true definition of get in and get out of this game. And let's get a big price tag when we get out of this fucking game. Because I don't know. Just to me, it feels like you got a Ducks team coming in. They just came off of that win against the Vegas Golden Knights. You know my thought process and philosophy when it comes to that. It's not just mine, but the reality of the Vegas flu, right? Then add to it the shit show nature that is this Vancouver Canucks team. Why would you want to bet on either team to win this fucking game? So I thought the prudent thing was to see that Vancouver seems to get down early, and they can't get themselves back into it. So at a +142 price tag, I thought that'd be good money. What say you guys? Let's see. SF9 is here. So it's over 6.5 in the San Jose game. He's going to spend his Thanksgiving at Starbucks. Papa Ricky. Ducks want to win to stay in first because the Kings are going to beat the Ducks Friday. I like the prognostication. I like it. Speaking of teams I think are going to win, I think the Kraken are going to win this game, but I'm not going the Kraken direction. Kind of the same deal. Like Thanksgiving for the NHL is a pretty big quarter point of the season. So that's why there's such an emphasis. And that's why they play a shitload of games today. By the way, today happens to be like the biggest party day of the year. And them hockey players party. Believe you me, nobody parties harder than a hockey player. Period. Stand by it. Prove me wrong. You can't. And then you got Thursday, Thanksgiving. You get that day off before you start that second quarter of the season and get things cooking. So this does make a difference. That's why I reference it time and again. And people can't figure that out because they're like, wait, the All-Star break. Well, the All-Star break's like 3/4 of the way through the season. So we break the NHL down into quarters so we can assess teams and their process in proximity to being fucking champions or mediocre or bags of shit. So I looked at total in this game for a couple reasons. One, Joey Decord's back, but he was hurt. Then he came back and he got a shutout. So look, 1-0 against the Islanders. Gotta respect it. Kraken don't score shit for goals either. So this is really that kind of pivot where we saw some 5.5s turn to 6s. The Stars, on the other hand, Casey DeSmith. And you got Dallas coming in off of 8 goals scored against the Edmonton Oilers. Problem for the Stars. It's their second leg of a back-to-back. Jake Ottinger's their go-to guy. But Casey DeSmith's 4-1-2 on the season with a 2.22 goals against average. So I was looking at it and said, you know what? I can't pull the trigger on Seattle. We'll see what happens through the day. We'll see if I can get there by the time the evening pushes on. But we have a rest situation with a team at home. It happens to be the Kraken, who are also, by the way, 6-1-3 at home. Thought that was impressive. Now, Dallas is 8-1-3 on the road, so that kind of neutralized that for me. But I think the team coming off a shutout is this Kraken team. They have the ability to go out there and fire. I think this Dallas team just found the back of the net quite a bit. And when you put Seattle in an extended rest role, they're 4-1 to the over. Not a huge sample, but it doesn't happen very often. And I thought it was emphasized and highlighted by the fact that they get the marquee spot, the evening closer, the curtain closer for the NHL tonight. I think we see some goals in this one here. Now, look, last 3 games haven't had 3-2, 3-2, 1-0. They're trending in the other direction. But I believe in this case here with the rest being back at home. Look, they just finished a 4-game road trip. Plenty of reason to jump in there and think that Dallas, Seattle can go over the total. And that's how we'll close out the NHL portion of the show, you guys. If you haven't done so already, do me the solid and smack the thumbs up button. The internet looks like it's just a little glitchy. Just a little glitchy. All right, let's tackle these next games. Let's get into some other action. Had a pretty good day in college today. Strung together. You know, in all fairness, the NBA and college haven't been as disastrous as I've started out previous seasons here. And the NHL continues to fuck. The NFL's fucking. I mean, you know, look out, bookies. Wichita State, St. Mary's, gonna battle it out here for. I like the way I set the schedule up here too, mind you. Granted, it's my own schedule, but in accordance to when I'm going to be watching games, I'm going to be doing a bunch of editing and shit like that. Sometime between like 8 and 9-ish, right? Or I'll finish by 9-ish, hopefully. Got some things I got to put together. But then I get done and I get to sit back and really enjoy and fire away on some live betting too with this spot. St. Mary's going to Wichita. And I think you look at this game here. Yeah, 4-1. St. Mary's 6-0. The world beaters. I just don't know that I trust the depth of the St. Mary's team. Now, this one starts at 7:30. So, mind you, scheduling note. Early West Coast. Well, I don't even know if it's West Coast. I guess they're probably neutral, right? But 8.5s have moved to 9.5s. Totals. 71% of the bets, 64% of the cash on St. Mary's. There's a small inkling. There's a small market segment out there that agrees with me. Can St. Mary's go and win this thing by 12 points? On the flip side, 54% of the bets, 54% of the cash are on the under in this spot. Total hasn't moved all day. So, what do we do? How do we approach it? What are we looking at here? I like the fact that it's an early slate on the calendar. Now, there's been 4 straight overs for St. Mary's. Got to notate that. And on the flip side, Wichita State's come off of back-to-back unders. Think about the unders for Wichita State. They're holding teams down here. So they just took down Milwaukee, Algonquin for the good land. And they held them to 58 points. That's a Horizon team that used to go out there and splash 75 just when they fucking started. First half. You know, Boise State kind of rocked them a little bit, but they still held them to 58 points. So you got to respect that Wichita State defense. And then, if we're going to respect all of that, let's slap in a St. Mary's off a defensive number that shows an under. Give them a total less than 140.5 with a day's rest. They're a 8-0 to the under. And by the way, while we're looking at it, what's one of the things that they get fixated on a little bit? Threes. Wichita State 8-0 in the dog roll against a team that shoots more than 7 threes a game. So in other words, they just kind of let them hang back. They got them hangers out there trying to splash and get everybody wet. And what happens? If you play the rebound game, you can shut down them secondary chances, and it gives a huge opportunity for this under 139 to come home for us here. Right in the sweet spot. I think it's a really great look for college hoops. That's right, Bill. Dude, I saw a great cover of Purple Rain from some dude and a chick on a yacht. It's fucking great. That song gets me jacked up too. Cody Norton says, Skunk Blaster. Skunk Black play of the day. NC State says, horns down, baby. Horns down. Fucking great spot with that NHL game when who was it now? I got to remember. And after he scores the game-winning goal, he goes into the glass and he gives him all the horns down. It's like, fuck yeah, dude. You don't see that in hockey. I like it. Smoker Beer says 66 degrees in Southside, Virginia. in the end of November on the screen porch, enjoying some sports money and NCAA basketball. Let's go. That sounds great. Dana Delp's in the house. What up? FB Guy says Leafs money line. All right, you guys, let's keep her moving. Let's talk about this game in a rematch. Indiana State, La Tech. And I'm going to take the under. This is another 731, by the way. Indiana State pops off at plus 2.5. Does not move. Does not move. 54% of the bets, 64% of the cash. Now, I told you in the NBA, we have a similar trend that applies in two different fashions, and I'll break that down for you in a minute. In college hoops, we have a trend, like we just talked about there, where it looks like the dog and the under. Team likes to shoot the threes. We try to make that one make sense. Try to come to the finish line. Hopefully, we get the right play there. In this one, we've got a total that opened at 140.5. It's moved to 142.5. 51% of the bets, 50% of the cash are on the under. Okay? With me? Picking up what I'm putting down? When I talk about profiling situation, I'm not talking about Johnny Law sitting outside the 7-Eleven. I'm talking about these two teams just fucking played. November 19th is a week ago. I mean, if anything, La Tech has the immediate, this is the, you know what? I'm adding La Tech to it. I didn't even finish my statement. This is the spot. It's the spot that's cashing in the NBA. Immediate bounce back, revenge. You were on the road. Now you're at home. No opponent in between. That shit never happens in college hoops. Here it is on a fucking silver platter for us. They lost 60-51. The point I wanted to talk about was the profiling piece of the game. When I talk about profiling, I'm looking at how the books profiled this game. The last game, it was 60-51. The books put a 147.5 on that game. It sailed under the number. They overcorrected by 7 points. And the line's been brought back up a 3-pack for us. So the books are looking at it going, we made a mistake the last time, and we're almost taking it down double digits this time. So I like the under. I think they're telling us a story. I don't think we see these fucking guys go out there and now I don't want to get too hyped. Just got myself real hyped. It's my fault. It's my bad. But I am taking La Tech as well. Let's see what I can get La Tech at here. This is going to be an ad. Oh, I can feel my heart started pumping after I got all excited about that immediate bounce back revenge spot at home. Are you fucking kidding me? All right. Minus 2.5 is minus 108. I have a feeling that's going to be, I see a minus 105 out there. All right, let's add that into the equation here. I mean, we never see these spots. We never do. I got to take a shot at it. All right. Anyhow, onward. Let's go upward. Let's talk about the last college game. Then we got 3 NBA spots to bust into and break down. Yeah, Indiana State's the better team, should be favored, but they're not. Phil says he didn't like Prince till he died. I liked him in that Super Bowl. I thought that was the best Super Bowl halftime show. That one and when Britney Spears took us around with Aerosmith. But no, I thought the Purple Rain one was fucking solid. Raining in Miami. Take my picture. All this rain. Come on, dude. Oh, don't make me break out into song, boys. All right, Gonzaga. The Zags. Michigan. Here's another situation spot. When I say situation, what do I mean? Why is the lesser ranked team the favorite on the road? Open at plus 1.5. They've been made the favorite. As high as 2.5s. 51% of the bets and 57% of the cash are on the Zags. Michigan coming off of a smashing and throttling. The total opened at 160.5. It's now 165.5. 74% of the bets and 74% of the cash are on the over. Yeah, what's not to like? It's Michigan. The Players Era Festival. It's a big one. Maybe a Elite Eight look. Maybe when it comes to playoff time. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you this. I think this is a lower scoring game. The problem being that the Zags shoot a paltry 32% from deep. I just think you got to look at the overreaction of this spot here. If Michigan goes out there and puts up 100, it's over. But I don't think that's the game we're going to see here. Think about when I was talking about St. Mary's and San Francisco and the Zags. They all kind of fall into that same kind of defensive-oriented gang out there. And so they're built to match defense with defense against a powerhouse like a Big Ten team in Michigan. I think that Michigan, the big thing is going to be minimizing second chances here. 63% from two, and then grabs a third of its rebound opportunities. That's going to be the spot where they got to get in the paint, block these boys out, hold them down, and just keep them shooting from outside the perimeter. Now, the problem is they shoot 42% from outside the perimeter. So that could be a real problem. But I think this is a good Zag spot. I think this is just a better team here. And I think they're going to wash it out tonight and show it to us here. Look, Michigan's fucking beating everybody up, scaring the piss out of everybody. No question about it. But maybe I'm the only one qualified enough to say it's Michigan. I mean, yeah, they put up 102 on Auburn. I get it. San Diego State was a beatdown as well, 94. But the Zags put up 100 on Maryland. So they profile, if you look at the teams, and again, I'll use the word profile. You guys know, and you've heard me say it before, they're generally built to compete with teams within their division. So when you go out of division, it tells a story. And so out of division, both these teams are whacking around the SEC, but it's no prize. And don't dismiss that Bama spot. Gonzaga takes down Bama 95-85. That was the spot where Oates was saying he felt disrespected. He wanted to go out there and shock the world, and they got fucking pawed. So when you play a Big Ten team, Maryland, they smoked them by 40 points, Gonzaga. And all you got is, I guess we'll have to see how it shakes itself out here. But I'm going to take the Zags. I think this is a good price tag for us here. I've said it before. No need to get cute. No need to lay points. Just give us a spot where we can take a minus 132 and fire away. If you can only get minus 135, yeah, I don't care. Minus 140, yeah. You guys start making your own decisions. I take it. I think Gonzaga wins this game. ATS-wise, they're 6-1. Michigan's only 3-3. As a favorite, the Zags are 5-1 against the spread as well. So, they're both undefeated. I'm not going to get much in the world of a look from that. So that's how I see this game going on. I think that's going to be a fun little number to watch. Let's move into the NBA. As a reminder, if you guys are enjoying the content, you like the breakdowns, you like hearing these trends, smash that thumbs up button. Share the video with somebody. Let them know we're out here doing this thing. Peter says, Prince was an awesome talent. He played dozens of instruments. Dude. Then I saw I got into the old, I guess what was the TikTok zone or the shorts zone. And I saw Prince when they had the guy from the Beatles get inducted in the Hall of Fame, and they had that all-star assembly. Watch Prince play that song, dude. He fucking takes over, rocks like a 3-minute solo, and literally all these Hall of Fame inductees become his backup singer while he's fucking out there rocking, dude. Prince fucking rocked, dude. He was dude. Apparently like fentanyl too. I don't know. I'm not going to judge the guy. I like cheesesteaks. What are you going to do? Milwaukee, I haven't had one of those in a minute. I could fucking fire one of those down. Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. First game here in the NBA for us on this card this evening. And what do we have to play for? We know it's the NBA Cup. I'm going to tell you this. It didn't make my card, but at first cut, I think there's some people that got it wrong about Toronto. Yeah, they're minus 10.5. And yeah, the Pacers are starting to get healthy, so they're coming back together. And they're saying, well, they're already locked in, but they don't know if they get home court or not. So there's that question that should we just go out there and thump this team? And it is the Pacers. So I think people have that one wrong. So for what it's worth, minus 7s have gone to as high as 10s and 10.5s now on this Miami Heat side of things here. 67% of the bet, 64% of the cash are on the Miami Heat. It's the Giannis special. 232.5 moved to 237.5 with 69% of the bets and 70% of the cash on the over. And yet, look, I like the Tyler Heroes back. That's a big addition to this lineup for the Miami Heat, and they have been just busting teams up at home. Do I like him to go out there and bust them up by a 10-pack? I wanted to take the Miami Heat team total. I fucking lost the last 2 team totals in this bullshit NBA Cup. I actually like the NBA Cup. I don't mean it like that, but just I'm mad that I lost 2. And they should have both been good to go, but who the hell saw Washington Wizards losing to or the Atlanta shitbags losing to the Washington Wizards outright? Now here's the problem. Miami's got a 47-point differential. Milwaukee's got a 29-point differential. They'll be number 1 in the group if they go out there and thump these guys. And they're not playing any defense at home. So it does become problematic. It does become challenging. It is certainly an uncomfortable position, but I got to go to this under. I think we're too high. I try to give you guys the idea of what's going on here, but here's what I got going on. The Bucks are 0-10-1 against the spread in the dog roll on the road against a conference opponent scored less than 114 points its last game. They're not just losing. They're losing by 19 points a spot. Giannis is out. Prince and Porter are out. Hero's questionable. I'm pretty sure he's going to go. Also, despite all in all, the Bucks are 18-0 to the under on the road, a total over 230.5 against a team that allows more than 29% from the 3. And when I saw that one, the key to me was just like we talked about in that one college basketball game, they're going to let you chuck it up from outside. Chuck it up from the parking lot. Take it all you want. But we know the Bucks aren't making it because they're losing those games by 20. And they find themselves in an 18-0 to the under position when they're chucking the rock from the parking lot. So I thought this was a fair number. 239 felt high. It's coming down. It's 238.5, 237.5 now. Oh, look at that. What'd you guys just slam it? Did you just slam it? It just went to 236.5. Literally, I just saw it go there. And yet 69% of the bets and 70% of the cash. It's one thing to be able to talk about the trends. It's another thing to be able to explain why it makes sense, and that's how we're going to get paid with it. So that's the way I want to get after it. Yeah, Ramon knows the deal. So my guitar gently weeps, and then he throws his guitar in the air, and it disappears. Where'd it go? Here Argy says, wish I bet that original line last night. Zags opened at +1.5. Yeah, me too. JPZ and Zags had scoring droughts versus Bama. Peter says he'd play a lot of... Yeah, they did until this year. I agree, you guys. I think we all see some of this stuff in the same light. The Miami Heat are 10-8. Oh, they're both 10-8 to the over. Miami's 4-5 to the under at home, and the Bucks are 2-5 to the under on the road. When the Bucks are in the dog roll, they're 6-3 to the over. And when the Heat are in the favorite roll, they're 3-4. All right. Peter says, unreal, 236.5. I'm still okay with it. The margin is what I told you about, right? The margin's got, I'm not just coming in here with, I remember he used to do this show with this shitbag, and he'd be like, I'm going to make 5 plays tomorrow. We had to set up their plays in the night before. He'd be like, I'm going to do 5 plays. And then the line would move 2 points. And he's like, well, I can't give out 3 of these plays now. It's like, really, dude? You're picking games that are hinging on that few of points. I mean, not far from me to say someone's doing it wrong, but you're probably doing it wrong. Anyways, game number 2, the Minnesota, and I know some of these lines are sharp, especially in the NFL. I get it. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the OKC Thunder. This is the first of 2 spots that are going to be applied, but in different. You picking up what I'm putting down? It's the same, but different. The Timberwolves rock in here, and the OKC Thunder are beating the piss out of everybody. This line's moved from 8.5. It's now 10. 74% of the bets, 72% of the cash are in on the OKC Thunder. The line's gone up a point from 225.5 to 226.5 with 92% of the bets and 92% of the cash on this spot. I got to get a FanDuel lineup in, so I just realized that, and I think I got to get it in now. So I got to move quick. And the first of the 2. The Timberwolves got eliminated from the playoffs last year by road teams on the playoffs in a revenge spot are 57-24. 57-24 against the spread. There's also a number that suggests play them on the money line. Shit, sorry, I messed that up. But it's the win rate's shitty. The only reason it suggests playing it is because it has an ROI, and it's because you're taking a plus 340 dog. So, for what it's worth. Also, when we look at the Timberwolves, we got the playoffs. So that's the first element, and it's going to apply in reverse role in the next game. The Timberwolves, when they play a team that's on a 3 or more game winning streak, the Timberwolves show up. They're 31-11 in those spots. And the biggest one of the card for the entire NBA card today, the NBA Dogs against a conference rival on a winning streak have gone in there and shut the lights out. 19-3-2 against the spread. They've won 12 straight times. All good reasons to get in. Take the 10. 10's at FanDuel. Go ahead and take it. I like it. I'm taking the OKC. I'm not taking the OKC Thunder. No, I'm taking the Timberwolves. Take a 10-pack. Dare I say wrong team favorite? I don't know. We'll see. But I like the 10. I think it's too many points in this spot. And then the last game I got for you guys in the NBA card here, looking at the same spot but different. I promised you the same but different. Now we're going to take the favorite. We're going to take the Golden State side of things here. I know it's the Houston Rockets. Guess what? This fucking bum, KD, man. I said it before. Fucking lack of leadership. This dude could play on 100 teams. He's still going to be the same fucking loser. And it comes down from your character and who you are from within. So maybe those are some harsh words, and some of you guys might like KD, but I haven't liked that fucking guy from the time he left OKC. So when he went to Golden State, then he was a shitbag in Curry's team trying to take it. Then he goes, I mean, dude, at some point, it's not everybody else, bro. Just saying. Maybe you got to look in the mirror and change your fucking attitude a little bit. -1.5's gone to +2.5. 51% of the bets. I know nothing about the situation, but I can surmise. I can prognosticate. I can look at the X's and O's. I can read the fucking tea leaves. I can tell you there's something wrong with that, dude. 224.5s have gone nowhere with 88% of the bets and 89% of the cash in this spot. And the situation for me, besides not liking this fucking guy, look, Curry's back, man. Guess who's back? Back again. It ain't KD. Go tell your friends. Golden State Warriors came in off of busting up the Utah Jazz 134-117. And yeah, look, 114-92 win for the Houston Rockets against weird travel spot. Home road, right? So they got this little zigzag thing going on. And when they're winning, they're really not busting teams up. So that's why I think the books put this low number on there. Excuse me. Home favorites, equal rest, playing a team that you have a rematch for. Remember, it's not revenge. Revenge is they lost. That's the Timberwolves. Rematches, we busted you up the last time. And the home favorite, when it's slotted between a 223 and a 228, are 9-2 in those rematch spots out there. No KD, no bueno. I'm jumping in on the Golden State Warriors. And I'll give it to you guys right at 7 p.m. on the dot. How about that? It's all about execution. I think we nailed this one great. Here to argue says, wish I had the original line. Jay Peasy. Peter Gracia says he play a lot of unders. Let's go. Unreal 236.5 for listening. Michael Blana says, hey, Mikey, just stopped by to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Give my best to Jeff. Oh, thanks, Michael P. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you check out Ramon Scott at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for the morning steam. One last shout out reminder. I'm going to bust out a whole shitload of plays on Winnable this weekend, and I'm not going to be on screen that often. So if you want to get my best bets, my premium plays, the ones that I highly play, the ones that I might play a little extra on, the ones that are my favorites, you'll get them text alerted to you directly on your phone for less than $1 a day. If you use turkey code or promo code TURKEY, you can check me out at Winnable. Try it out. Fuck, you get 90 days for $70. It's less than $1 a day. And I know we're going to turn a profit. So give Winnable a shout out. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team.
Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. We don't stop. Rain, sleet, or snow. Pregaming is good to go.
Snow, Curtis blow, flow, fuck all you haters. Fuck making bitch using best simulators. Fuck cashing in, all we wanna do is win. Put the juice in the gin, now it's time to begin. Fuck the books, they can take it on the chin. Surrendering dividends.